Yes. Uh-oh. I'm scared. I'm scared. Gen Z girl going into debt to bang boomers. Oh no. Well,
My now boyfriend lives with me.
Okay, why isn't he?
also let me like this video before I forget. If you're on YouTube, please like and subscribe. Consider joining the Rat Pack over here and following on Twitch, which could be very fun. Okay, let's go.
My now boyfriend lives with me.
Was my flaming too much for you cats? Oof.
Okay, why isn't he contributing to rent if he's living there?
He had burnt himself out. Take a little bit of time.
What's his
take a
age?
break. 42.
It is a little weird that a 40-year-old's not working.
I kept hoping that he was gonna get
Oh.
his stuff together.
But is that not red flags to you?
What?
The fact that he's not willing to do anything?
No.
Oh god.
Hi,
I'm
I'm
scared.
Leah. I'm 25. I live in Dallas, Texas, and this is Financial
boy.
Audit.
Thanks for coming down to Austin. What do you do up in Dallas for a living?
I am a lead funeral director at a modest-sized funeral home owned by.
Nah, it was Weak Sauce the Flaming. I'm just tired from work. Yeah, that's fair. Where are they sending you now? Are you still in Oklahoma?
a larger corporation.
Wait, what? She's a what?
Thanks for coming down to Austin. What do you do up in Dallas for a living?
I am a lead funeral director at a modest-sized funeral home owned by a larger corporation.
You
You know what? That probably actually pays well. Yep, still in Oklahoma until Friday. Yeah. I think this pays well because I actually had a teacher. Oh, good morning, Spoon. I had a teacher who talked about when she was still like figuring out what she was gonna do, that in her town the funeral director came up to her and was like, "We really need more funeral people. Would you consider being one? We'll pay for all your schooling." So I could see this actually being a very lucrative career. It just kind of took me off guard a little bit, I guess.
touching the bodies? What is a lead
A little
funeral?
bit of both. We have kind of a unique situation where we don't do all of the scientific mortuary part of things, but I do get all of our folks dressed. I do hair and makeup.
Folks dressed.
Okay.
The no
Everyone passes, so yeah, it can pay well, yeah.
longer existing.
And also generally people don't really think about that as a career. So I think it's another one of those careers that no pun intended is dying off a bit. So they need new blood to come in.
The scientific mortuary part of things, but I do get all of our folks dressed. I do hair and makeup.
Folks dressed.
Okay.
The no longer existing folks.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
So get folks
Yeah, that's
dressed, do
normal.
hair and makeup,
Oh,
get
yeah,
them
get
in
'em all
their
dolled up.
caskets
Yeah.
and ready to go.
Gotta be
conduct
nice and cute for your
services.
funeral.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. How much do you make in this?
Not everyone does closed casket, Caleb.
Right now I make something like $21.60.
That's it?
I don't know. It was 21.
That's it for a funeral director? What? Oh, also hi Countess. How you doing today?
And then
Wait, what?
I almost got into commercial forensics and that pays well too. Yeah.
21.60. I don't know. It was 21, and then
Wait, what? Your hourly? Is that what you're saying, or 2,100? Oh,
$21 and I think it's 60 something cents.
Yeah, 43K seems really low, especially for this career path. I am confused.
Was my raise this year?
you started at 21, and then you got up 60 cents for being a director. Okay.
What?
How many hours a week do you work?
That doesn't make sense.
Minimum 40.
Minimum 40. And
Yes.
is there overtime?
Technically, not supposed to get overtime because corporate doesn't like overtime.
Oh, it's a big corporate. Okay, so it's not like a small operation.
No.
Okay. If I ever have a little death
Maybe
in
she's
my
just getting robbed by whichever company she's working for. Maybe should just look for a different job in the industry.
young age, can you make sure I look absolutely gorgeous in my casket?
Absolutely.
Or, yeah, we'll stream it on YouTube for everyone. So you gotta make.
I had a friend who worked as an assistant funeral director. I think that's what she was making, but she's the head. $21.60 an hour is acceptable for something like manual labor, but for her corporate career choice, it's pretty bad. Yeah. Oh, corpo funeral home might be right for that then. Yeah, that's the thing is it's corpo.
Have a little death in my young age. Can you make sure I look absolutely gorgeous in my casket?
Absolutely.
Yeah, we'll stream it on YouTube for everyone. So you gotta make me look pretty.
Sure.
Thank you.
Are you allowed to do that?
Let me see here then. So I had income payroll 2,559. Does that sound about right?
For monthly?
Hitting within the most recent month.
Yeah.
The point she's being underpaid? Oh yeah, for sure. For sure. I know she's definitely getting underpaid.
Okay. So with that, what did you spend? What was your number? 2,559 came in. What did you spend?
No idea.
I know vets getting 20 an hour? What? At corpo clinics? Effing sucks. Yeah, no, that sounds awful. For that level of training required for it, that does not seem like a good hourly wage.
Idea off the top.
It always stumps people, which is interesting because we've been asking it for a while. So, what do you think you spent?
Well,
Oh,
I
boy.
know there was at least about 14 on rent and utilities. So
14. Your rent's 14?
my rent
What?
is
I heard something once about funeral homes making huge caskets for huge people and people not being able to afford them. Oy. I guess I wouldn't be surprised.
Expensive for you?
1, 2, 3, 4 most of the time. 1,234
Down with big corporations, probably based.
was like the average, I want to say.
It's
'Cause they
pretty
lump
expensive
in-
for your income.
Yeah, it's
while
not
working
great.
overtime. Well, why do you live in such an expensive place? That's 48% of your net.
So I was really rushed on finding somewhere and
By who?
Oh boy.
Yourself?
situation.
What?
Because I was living in a
Yes, I did actually know that you can buy caskets on Amazon. You can buy a lot of things. Yes, Rose, down with Mickey D's and BlackRock. Oh, definitely down with BlackRock. Holy shit, yeah.
house, renting a house with my ex-husband, and our lease was up in
Ex-husband?
December.
25? Wow.
Yes.
Okay.
How many people? You can buy body bags on Amazon? That one I'm a little bit more surprised by, but I guess if you're doing like a student film, that would be helpful. But why is there another young divorce? Why does this keep happening? What? What? We just had one on Monday, and then didn't we have one earlier too? What? I feel like we're getting a lot of these recently.
Okay.
And I needed somewhere to go.
Was this last year?
Yeah, very end of last year.
Well, what was so
Oh,
rushing
boy.
about it? Was it getting sketch or like what was happening?
The lease was up, and I couldn't
Oh.
afford to pay for the house alone.
Well,
Do you
the
have
lease is going to be
parents
up regardless.
or friends
You guys
that you
just,
can
when
couch
did you
to your
guys know you
phone?
were ending things?
November,
Wait, that doesn't make sense. You said it ended it into September.
December.
Oh no! Now all I need from Amazon is a woodcutter's axe, and I got the set. Oof. I'm not sure if they are official ones, but for Halloween setups, they exist. Okay, for the body bags.
December. So you had a month about.
Mhm.
Okay. People find apartments in a month. If you look crazy, this is
Dallas.
I'm sure.
Maybe.
I'm sure life was crazy through the divorce and everything,
Maybe.
but I've found many rents for myself within a month's time, a few weeks' time. You know, I thought you were talking like a week because that would be rushed, but
It was,
like the application process is usually pretty damn quick. And
but at the
Sure.
same time, it was the first time I've lived on my own, and making sure that
Okay.
single young woman in Dallas, there's a lot of Dallas that you don't want to live in and be single
sure.
young
I
woman
guess.
And
alone.
do you know the areas?
A lot of people don't view marriage as sacred, and it shows. Oh, for sure, for sure. Yeah. No, it's. Yeah, that's one of my pet peeves. Airbnb for a month or two, honestly, probably would have been a better option than locking yourself into what was it, 1,400 rent when you make like 43K.
For the most
It will be cheaper in the long run. Yeah, yeah, for sure.
part,
Well, there you go. Then you know to avoid them.
Like I'm a
So-
gamer
but at the
subs.
same time, Dallas is expensive. I don't know.
Her rent's 1,400. 1,400 rent. Why would you get married and then waste energy and money cheating when gets bad instead of just divorcing? People want quick dopamine hit, and they don't think about the consequences. I guess I don't know how else to say that. Like they want like the marriage to lean back on if it doesn't work out, but they also want to go and be like quote unquote adventurous or whatever. That would be my guess.
Of Dallas that you don't want to live in and be
Sure.
single young woman alone.
And do you know the areas?
For the most part.
Well, there you go. Then you know to avoid them. So,
but at the same time, Dallas.
Who has energy to cheat in general? Yeah, no, it takes work, man. From everything I've seen, and it's not worth it. As someone who has been a single woman in Dallas, you can find cheaper rent. Yeah, for sure. I definitely believe that.
This is expensive. I don't know what the average rent is, but in general, Dallas is expensive. And
how many bedrooms in your place currently?
Introvert take, by the way. Yeah, that's fair. I think most of us here are introverts. To be fair, though.
1 bed, 1 bath.
Yes, washer dryer hookups was my biggest thing.
I assume that comes in most in a, well, depending on where you're living, the hookups. In a place like Dallas, though.
It's like a dog eating food off the floor. They look guilty when they're caught, so they know it's wrong, but they can't control the impulse. Yeah, I could see that, maybe. Except they're not a dog, so they should totally be able to control the impulse. My current place is pretty nice, and my rent is less than $1,000. Ooh, nice.
Versus big urban sprawl?
Nope.
Because I know more density is less likely.
No, they want, or a lot of the places don't have hookups. They want you to use their laundry facilities.
Oh, in apartment facilities. Okay, well, okay. I was thinking more
probably
like
fine.
having to leave.
I mean,
and go.
I had something like that in my dorms, and it was fine. Sure, sometimes the washer should break, but you just use a different washer. As long as it's like in the building and you still need like security stuff, I think it's fine. If anything, it might be safer.
Go to like a laundromat because that's a lot less rare today.
Forced to be extrovert, born to be introvert, and not be in a comfy blanket with a hoodie on, on and sleeping the day away. Oof. But is it a luxury apartment, Rose? I can just hang it out to dry. Oof. Yeah. A lot of places it can be hard to find in-unit hookups. Yeah. So it might just be worth it if they have it in-house where you don't have like go down the street to a laundromat, but you don't have like the actual in your apartment itself. But if it's like still in the complex and it's easy to get to and you feel safe, I'd say that's fine.
Well, yeah, the median rent in Dallas for 1 bed, 1 bath is $1,258. So you're certainly well above that. Even at the upper echelon of 1,400, you're even above that. So I think, I mean, you're probably pretty picky about what you're looking for.
Yeah.
So
how long were you married?
November of
luxury is a BS label, and you know it. Yeah.
21 through December of.
Wait, what? Oh, we're getting her marriage timeline. Let's see.
I mean, you're probably pretty picky about what you're looking for.
So
how long were you married?
November of 21 through December of 23.
Okay, that's pretty quick. What happened?
2 years?
A lot of me saying.
Is it 3? Yeah, including that.
Okay, I'll be happy when. I'll be happy when. I'll be happy when.
Okay, what was the when and what?
First when was I'll be happy when I graduate mortuary school. I'll be happy when we get engaged. I'll be happy when we get married.
Why were you not happy?
Are you using that?
I couldn't. I was so very stressed.
What were you stressed about?
A lot of it was finances. A lot of it is general security. I grew up not like physical safety and security, but a lot of financial, a lot of long-term plan. Because I'm the kind of person that I need some kind of plan. I need some kind of direction.
So make what?
I kept hoping that he was going to get his stuff together. And at the time that it was the perfect opportunity.
Don't marry him if it's not together and you don't feel safe about your future. You gotta figure that out first. What? If there are water pipes, I could hook up a washer and dryer. Oof. I'd honestly rather have a good-looking apartment and have to visit the local well every Saturday than pay more for water. Oof. But also my unit also has in-unit hookups, so it's possible to find them cheaper. Yeah? But it's luxury, Rose. Luxury! Marriage isn't always about being happy. From someone who wants it to be? Yeah, no. Marriage isn't just about being happy all the time. Marriage is all about sacrifice. And sacrifice can be painful, hence the name sacrifice. It's about sacrificing your wants for the good of the other person. And ultimately, because I'm Christian, my goal in the marriage is to get him to heaven. And his goal is to get me to heaven. So that is our goal for the marriage. Also, hopefully, like raising a good family together. That would be nice. But no, I know that it's sunshine and rainbows right now. But I know that we're gonna go through hard times. But we gotta endure. And luckily, we have God on our side in the marriage to endure. So to help us endure. But yeah, she said sacrifice. True spoon. But if your response to unhappiness is to open grinder, then I think it's a bit of a problem. Yeah.
Opportunity for him to get his stuff together. He had everything laid out in front of him, and he was taking it, but leaving me behind.
All right.
What?
Okay. Was this a big dramatic ending?
I have many
Dramatic
questions.
as nobody else saw it coming, but it was not like a knockout, draw out brawl.
Oh God, what? Very fair, Vodka, but those sandwiches are great though. I see you're a man of culture as well. Right, grinder, right? What are you talking about?
All it was.
Is it also a sandwich place and not just like? Isn't that like the gay dating site? What?
He had seen me pulling away, and
Yeah, you still, even with a month, I mean, you got an apartment that was more.
The Family Guy joke? Okay, okay, there we go. Whoosh. Okay, got it.
It was. He had seen me pulling away, and
Yeah, you still. Even
Why
with
were
a
you
month,
pulling
I mean, you got an
away?
apartment that was more,
What?
well, more than the median in Dallas, and obviously more than you could afford because that was 48% of your.
They call subs grinders somewhere East Coast. Okay. I'm gonna say this is unrelated sad story. I don't know. This one might be a stretch, but I'm going with it. Also, calling Grinder a gay dating site is really overselling it, and it's a Family Guy joke. Yeah. Okay.
Net income. Are you? Is it just you there?
right now,
Putting all your hope for happiness on another person is unfair to your partner. That's why you need God, the three-strand cord, and all that. Yeah. No. Definitely. Definitely. Is it bad that I'm already like kind of upset with her based on her reasoning for ending the marriage? Is that bad? That I'm annoyed?
And obviously more than you could afford because that was 48% of your net income. Are you? Is it just you there?
right now, I'm the only one who's supporting it financially.
What does that mean? Is there someone else
What?
there?
My now boyfriend lives with me.
Okay. Why isn't he contributing to rent if he's
Oh
living there?
boy.
So
Now Grindr is where I find all my friends. Oof.
he moved down from.
She was young though. Hopefully she learned. I mean, seems like she hasn't learned it yet. Maybe eventually.
Is it just you there?
Right now, I'm the only one who's supporting it financially.
What does that mean? Is there someone else there?
My now boyfriend lives with me.
Okay. Why isn't he
No wonder I don't got a girlfriend. Oof.
contributing to rent if he's living there?
So he moved down from Indiana.
Okay.
And when he moved down, it was with the intentions of he had burnt himself out.
I fully support basically any religious beliefs that don't harm people or tell me what the laws should be or what to do with my willy. Okay. Oh, live-in boyfriend. She learned nothing. She has learned nothing. No, I know she has learned nothing. She has learned nothing. She's still relying on the dude for happiness from everything that I saw in the opening.
Else there?
My now boyfriend lives with me.
Okay. Why isn't he contributing to rent if he's living there?
So he moved down from Indiana.
Okay.
And when he moved down, it was with the intentions of he had burnt himself out and just take a little bit of time,
What's
take
his
a
age?
break. 42.
Ooh.
So almost a 20-year age gap. Because she says she's 25. Oh boy, this should be interesting. This should be interesting.
Okay. You know, I don't give. Listen, there's a natural shock that comes with it, but it's honestly because of Twitter. They've made everything sound so extreme. You're an adult. I don't give a. This is
42. Big age gap. Big age gap.
I must be Twitter brained, like where I have to have a reaction to
Long distance boyfriend moved in. 42. Yeah.
everything about everyone's adult choices. Whatever. Okay, you live your life. I don't give a.
But he moved down here. He, with the intention of he was going to take a little bit of break before figuring out, what he was going to do down here.
It is a little weird that a 40-year-old's not working.
But we knew that was going to happen. We knew that was going to happen.
Okay, how long has he been here?
Oh boy.
End of April.
Okay, how long did we agree he would not be?
Yeah, living off his 20-something girlfriend, yes.
Be working?
There was not necessarily like an agreement, but there is.
I swear consent laws need to be about the age gap. That would solve a lot of problems. I don't know.
Here.
End of April.
Okay, how long?
I'm gonna sound mean, but that loser behavior. Well, to be fair, yeah, it's kind of loser behavior from everything I'm hearing. Maybe I don't grasp the situation fully, but that's from what I'm hearing. That's what it sounds like.
We knew that was going to happen. We knew that was going to happen.
Okay, how long has he been here?
Bum alert, yeah.
Okay, how long did we agree he would not be working?
There was not necessarily like an agreement, but there is
the
factor that beginning of July, I ended up having to take him to the emergency room because what we thought was like really bad flu, maybe pneumonia at the worst, turned out to be a mass in his chest. So
oh God.
Emergency room was like, okay, cool, we can't do anything for you right now. Go see a doctor. We tried to get in to see a doctor, and then at the very end of July, he ended up in ICU Does he
have health insurance?
No.
Why?
Oh, no.
Because his previous job didn't offer health insurance.
Just gave out. Oof, no.
Doesn't matter. If he got laid off or something, did he quit?
7 months he's been living off of her. Yeah. It looks like they have like a little bit of a medical excuse, but I think that only takes care of like what, maybe 2 months of that?
Because his previous job didn't offer health insurance.
Doesn't matter. If he got laid off or something, did he quit?
He's quit to move down here.
He probably could have got on the healthcare exchange like $0 a month.
It's not something I have any knowledge about.
It wasn't worth Googling? How do I get health insurance? I have none.
If your hip goes out at 42, you gotta lock in. Oof.
Help me? I die?
I think I thought of it more as...
Well, him.
Well,
like, it says it's not your responsibility.
No. That was kind of my thought process was it's not my responsibility. I let him handle...
So how's he doing today?
He's doing better. So he ended up in the hospital for the entirety of July, basically. And currently we're still waiting on results. So right now he's in the process of applying for Social Security and disability.
How'd you meet him?
Online.
Through
God.
what?
Okay.
Just a website.
What?
Oh, boy.
I'd prefer not to answer.
Oh, come on.
No.
What?
Fine, you don't have to.
Wait. Prefer not to answer about what?
So right now he's in the process of applying for Social Security and disability.
How'd you meet him?
Online.
Through what?
Just a website.
What?
I'd prefer not to answer.
Oh, come on.
Are you on a freaking sugar baby website? Why won't you answer that? Why won't you answer that?
No.
Fine, you don't have to, but very curious. So like sugar daddy, sugar baby site? Okay. Just because, the gap's a bit big. Again, like I don't give a you live
If
your
you're
life,
not telling us, that's what I'm assuming.
It's an interesting thing that
kinky website is my bet? Yeah, probably.
So it wouldn't draw as many red flags if you guys met and you just started dating and it went about there, but met online at a website, dude quit his job, moved down here, hasn't contributed in any way whatsoever, immediately has health concerns. Just like,
Yeah.
I know it sounds.
are you into old dead men because you see them at work every day?
No, the joke is.
Ooh, good one, Caleb. She went on a sugar daddy website, but ended up getting a Splenda daddy. Well, now she's the sugar mama now. Every red flag? Dang, yeah.
It sounds.
Are you into old dead men because you see them at work every day?
No, the joke has been made many a times.
Oh, I'm sure.
Oh god, oh god, oh god. He's not even Splenda level. Yeah, he's yeah.
No, it was all happenstance. It was
But
not.
is that not red flags to you? The fact that he's not willing to do
Well, Baka equal daddy? What?
anything? What was his job?
He was working at a restaurant.
And he was burnt out from a restaurant?
Oh god.
It's not like that. Food service is a pain in the
Really? Really, Automod? That's bullying? That is not bullying. Come on. Okay, there you go, cats. You're free now. They said that was bullying. Spoon what? Meathotdilf.com. Equal daddy? Because women take care of men too? Mm. Mm.
I get it. But
Wouldn't that be mommy? If a woman's taking care of a man, is it that generally they call it like um oh shit, mommy GF. Mommy GF. Isn't that what people sometimes want, is a mommy GF? Like Christian wanted one of those. And then he went with his actual mom.
it's less that mental strain still. It's more physical beat down.
And
there is a lot of mental strain that comes with it, especially in certain positions. So don't get me wrong.
A lot of it was that plus the struggle of everything.
Lol, I bully people. Oh god, don't admit it. You gotta have some plausible deniability here. Drizzle, are you familiar with the sprinkle, drizzle war? Do I want to know? I'm assuming I don't want to know. Countess, are you saying you to my joke or to something that someone else said?
Everything.
What was the struggle of everything? Lots of vague things being thrown around.
He has had a lot of adversity that he's had to deal with.
Oh boy.
Again, lots of very vague things.
But
oh god.
So when he moved to Indiana, he moved from Alaska. When he moved from Alaska, he didn't have a car. And
in Alaska,
that was fine for a while. And then COVID hit, his license expired, and
I'm going to find a good video of it for you, Vivi. Is this safe? Is this safe for work? I'd like to thank the various 40 to 60-year-old women who flirted with me for making me who I am today. Oh god.
So who moves to Indiana if they're
Christian, just you. Okay. Okay. Yeah, no, the Christian is just you. That's fair. 42, no insurance, no car, no license. It's safe for work. Okay, it's safe for work with the drizzle, with the sprinkle, drizzle. Okay, just send it to me. I'll trust you, Spoon.
moving somewhere.
A friend had a place that that was willing to host him.
No, I just like to Indiana because I lived an hour from there.
That's okay. His friends still live in Indiana, and we definitely still talk a lot of about Indiana.
As you should.
Well, yeah. Isn't that also where Gary is? Bum. Yeah,
he was fine,
probably
doing
a bum.
fine without
Let's
a car,
be honest.
but just what he was making, what he was being offered hours at work, and his expenses.
Oh, it's part of the red pill BS. Ugh. I hate like the people who like. This one's also bullying. Really? Okay. Well, there you go. You're free. You're free, Baka. That's part of the red pill BS. I hate what they've done with where people have like co-opted the red pill shit and just put in like stupid shit. With like what's his face, who's like a sex trafficker, and like Pearl Davis, who's annoying. I thought that she was like a classically Abby, where people were like bullying her somewhat unnecessarily, but no, people deserve to bully her. Pearl is stupid. My favorite part of Christory was learning that he lost his V card to a hooker. Yeah, that part's pretty funny. Tate, Pearl. Yeah, I don't like Pearl. And I don't like Tate either, obviously.
You work down here even part-time. This is
Right now,
I'm just thinking about you, and when I see someone with red flags surrounding them potentially leeching, it's just like we can't get there conclusively, but it does make me a bit nervous for you, and I don't want you to be in a position that's.
And if it weren't,
he literally announced it like he was shouting from a mountaintop. Oh yeah, Chris. Yeah, yeah. Anyone with hijack anything that starts to gain traction. Oh, anyone will hijack anything that starts to gain traction. Yes, that's true. That is very true.
Weren't for the fact that he's the only thing stopping him from looking for work right now is the medical stuff and the fact that he's currently in the application process for Social Security and disability
Because of the medical stuff?
Because of the medical stuff.
What is he not? Is he able to move right now?
Kind of.
Okay.
So he's very short of breath still. Okay. I mean, he's still healing from having 3 giant tubes coming out of his chest.
No.
We're gonna still make jokes about you and the dead people, okay? We're doing this.
Sure. That makes sense. I mean, but again, he came down here and didn't work. I'd get it if something medical this happened and then he can't work. That's different.
And it wasn't when he got down here. It wasn't.
Oh no! I'm more into hijacking cars. Whatever floats your boat. Oof.
That he couldn't work. We had the agreement that he was going to stay home for a while.
Well, no, I get that.
Half zombie boyfriend. Yeah. Was her first husband closer to her age? As far as I know, I'm assuming. I don't know, actually. I don't think she said his age.
I get that.
Yeah.
It's not like he came down and refused to work, but it's like he came down with the intention of not working. Okay.
Yeah.
How long were you guys talking before he moved down?
December. So I went up to visit him for the first time in...
Red flags just keep popping up, dude. Yeah. I'm sorry. Yeah, that's not to be insulting to you. Like, legitimately, there are concerns. Okay.
I know. I've heard it all. Trust me.
I'm sure.
Because there was definitely a big to-do when I went up to visit him for the first time. And there was a lot of pushback from my family in regards to...
They might be right.
...me driving up to Indiana to meet a stranger, but...
He is confirmed single, right?
Yes.
You have nothing to fear if you have nothing to hide? Yeah.
Okay. Well, we should obviously get into the finances a bit, but this is certainly, obviously, dramatically affecting it because...
She left a guy who was building something to a guy twice her age who's living off of her. That's exactly the impression that she gave. That her dude was like trying to better himself, is what it sounded like to me. So I don't know why she left him. I'm gonna be honest. I don't like this girl so far. I'm gonna be honest. To some degree, I try to give a benefit of the doubt, but I don't really like her. But the old half zombie makes her happy. Oh god. She left young Elvis for old Elvis. Oh, like when he's already like binge eating disorder and all that type of stuff. And is having a hard time.
Medical, you take care.
Cheesecake makes me happy. I should marry it. Oof.
Dramatically affecting it because medical, you take care of food, you take care of everything, you're taking care of rent. But you're even just the roof over the head is 48% of your net. So wow.
And going into that rent,
oh boy,
the base rent, like when you look up what's the rent for this apartment, is $1,050. It's the utilities. It's
you may have gone to top floor, bottom floor,
middle.
Well, which one's the most expensive? I forgot. Either top or bottom. Is it? Okay.
Yeah, because that was the other option that they gave me.
So it's just like fees and bullshit.
Because I've got like valet.
If I married everything that made me happy, I'd be in a wheelchair. Oof.
Trash that.
Yeah.
And then like one of my dogs is on pet rent.
Side.
The other dog's doesn't have to do pet rent.
Okay. Well, self-assess. Where do you think your finances are? 0 to 10. 0 being the absolute worst, 10 being the absolute best.
I definitely don't think they're the worst. Because I could be saddled with like student loans and things like that. It could be a lot worse. But I know, especially with the way I feel about my finances that it's not great.
Do you have a number by chance?
Like a 5.
When traveling,
rates their score way too high. There's no way she's a 5. No way. Lower level units are more expensive. Is it because of like disability type stuff, or? Because honestly, I wouldn't really like that because of safety reasons. Prefer upper units anyway. Yeah, no, I prefer upper units for like safety reasons. First floor is always a premium. I guess it's so you also don't have to like lug stuff as much, maybe.
To get 1 gigabyte for free. Okay, middle of the road.
Yeah.
You think you're middle of the road? Okay. If you want your hammer financial score?
Again, 5 is like American dream. You have a house situation already. So. Ugh. Conveniences, yeah.
It is free. Link in the description below.
For the first floor.
Give our guest Leah some.
It looks like Leah
names, but it reads like Leah to me.
It does.
Some love for being on
literally,
it. Give them some love.
If she wanted it to be pronounced a different way, she should have spelled it a different way. Okay.
Because they're brave enough for being on the show, and if you want to be on the show and have a fake name as well, and you have interesting story, interesting finances.
Yeah. Safety is my main reason for upper units too. Yeah. Accessibility, and they stay cooler. You have fewer physical neighbors. Yeah. I guess I could say that.
Apply. CalebHammer.com/apply.
Love top floors. Yeah.
All right, man.
You also get a view.
Even
if it's just being able to like look down at like a parking lot, you still get something. Unlimited power.
Large numbered individual, so you have large numbered debts as well. Okay.
The debts were there before he got here, unfortunately.
Why did? Okay, well then, discover it. Let me go. Let me say what the debt is, and then I want to hear what the behind it.
Gladly.
Discover it. Is this your first credit card? It's a lot of people's first credit card. Okay. Discover it at $8,353.29 with a minimum monthly payment of $203, which is insane for your situation, to be clear. Insane for your situation.
And you don't have people walking by looking into your unit. Yeah, you get to watch them walking by. You get to spy on them. They can't spy on you.
Why are you purchasing on it? Well, probably
purchasing on a card with balance. Yeah, woo! And I think he hit the table right there too. So double.
Because half your money goes.
Oh, there we go.
Rent.
Another hit.
So you need to spend. I don't know how you're living, actually, to be clear. Oh, and you give yourself a 5. Great.
You always have the high ground. Exactly. That's kind of squeaky. I'm going to go with that as a squeak.
Interest is accruing. You made the minimum.
Hey, Blue. How you doing today? It's not quite the same throwing someone out the first floor window compared to the penthouse. Good.
Monthly payment. But it doesn't matter. You win a purchase $510.02. So whatever progress we were making, if any, which we barely were with the interest and everything, because the interest is only $3 less than your payment.
Oof.
Medical City.
She's paying for his medical, isn't she? Ooh, DoorDash. Do I have DoorDash? No. Yes, DoorDash. Yes. Also throwing someone out of a window is called defenestration. Interesting.
Medical City. 4 medical cities, $4. Vending machines?
Parking.
What are you doing? Oh, it was 4 days in a row. Well, he was in the hospital?
That's just on that card. I was there every day.
Is this while he was in the hospital? Oh, okay.
I am eternally frustrated with how much money I had to spend to go up there and see him. Not his fault, but just the fact that the medical system is charging $4 a night for families that are there visiting their loved ones.
Yeah, I get that.
And just a side note, they also charge their employees, I don't know if it's the same amount, but charge their employees to park to go to work.
Oh, are we sure that the hospital...
do they reimburse them? I'd imagine that they would reimburse them.
One, is it a public hospital? 2, is the parking lot owned by the city? Because again, it gets really complicated when it comes to city stuff because parking takes up so much space that can be utilized to other things, that free parking everywhere would be essentially subsidized by the taxpayers and not utilizing it for profit-making motives. because all the parking that's used in cities could be profit and tax generating things like restaurants and things.
Yeah.
So charging money for parking, as much as we all hate it,
charging employees for parking is some Animal Farm shit. Yeah. If they don't reimburse them, that's douchey as shit. But if they reimburse them, that might be fine. This is what happens when you build a car-centric society. Yeah, well, yeah. Yes, that's fair.
it being free would essentially be subsidized.
A lot of places validate parking. I'm curious if she asked. Oh, yeah, good point.
Parking being paid for.
Should have used an e-bike. Yeah.
On behalf of taxpayers instead of the individuals who are using car storage in public spaces, essentially. Yeah. But at a hospital, I definitely get it. I definitely get it. Luckily, it's only $4. $4 for a night isn't horrendous.
No.
But it is annoying. I get it, especially in a life or death situation. That's where we obviously wouldn't want it. I would think more that it would be waived. Validated. I'm surprised it's not validated.
Come win an e-bike at Dr. Spoon's Bingo Palace.
Okay, that sucks. Microsoft Store, $18.
I could probably buy a Prius for less than an e-bike. This is a dye job, right? Is her hair dyed? Can I say this is hair dye, nails, piercing, tattoos? Oh, she does have tattoos. I didn't even need to ask that. She does have tattoos. We're good.
That would be for his Xbox. The Xbox.
They got nice e-bikes for 2K Baka.
Why is it on a...
Wait, what did you buy at the Microsoft store?
Okay, that sucks. Microsoft Store, $18.
That would be for his Xbox.
Really?
Xbox.
Why is it on a...
Really? You're paying for his Xbox? Really? Why? Can he not pay for his Xbox? What?
The card that we can't pay off that's only accruing interest.
Because otherwise it would be going on the debit card, which...
Or otherwise don't get it.
Xbox Live side, yeah.
What? What are you talking about? We don't have to get it if we can't afford to live. You can afford to live. What do you mean? What Xbox? The subscription is Game Pass?
Yes.
Game Pass. He can't afford to live. Buddy refused to work for months while he was down here. Sonic Drive-In? DoorDash? Chubby? DoorDash and whatever that is?
Restaurant.
No, I assume from DoorDash. Okay. Another Microsoft Xbox bill, $8.16. Oh, we don't even know. But it's going on our card and it's just continuing to go up. CVS Pharmacy.
Xbox Live is a need, Caleb. Oof.
See, $206. What happened there?
That one would be after he got out of the hospital. That would be his medications that he got put on post-hospital.
Yeah. Oof. Bruh, I got a game shipped across the Pacific Ocean in less than a day for $10. I should be able to visit a dying family member for less than $4 a day. I mean, that's fair. That's fair. I don't know. Parking's weird.
We need to get him on some kind of health insurance, like now. You can't be turned away for pre-existing medical conditions at this point. So he should get on. You need to go to just the exchanges. And since he's not married or anything, and then, dude, I really think he could be on something where it's like $0 a month. It'll affect his tax base.
Now they're trying to get him on Medicare to help erase the ridiculous amount of medical bills that occurred from the month in the hospital. They've already...
I'm assuming you're paying for his medical bills, so I'm going to say not having emergency fund caused an emergency. So we're going with that.
He was in for a whole month. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
And they've already... One of his ER visits, they've taken care of with their... I don't know what to call it, but their... I can't think of what it's called.
Okay. That's okay. But I don't like the sign.
Also, I want to know if that card is... if the balance is close to the limit. Considering her income, that's got to be close to the limit, right? $8,000?
Like in the DoorDash and the Microsoft Store. And then the other Xbox. So there's two Xbox things. Because we're sitting at a 26.24% interest rate. So it's just like, what's even the point at that point, you know? You're not a credit card person?
Ooh. Yes. Now we just need her to spend more than she makes, and then we got bingo.
You're not able to utilize credit cards. Anytime you have access to money, you just spend it. This is clear. You can't manage this. It's only going up.
Yeah.
If you ever get a credit card, it needs to be a charge card like Fizz card, money where cards where it forces you to pay it back by the end of the month, or you can only spend the balance that you put on it by putting money in. Like,
I think the Discover Ed card is generally a 10K limit, so she might be close. We'll see.
You cannot have access to these unlimited money cards. You can't. You're just not responsible enough for it, and that's okay. But if we recognize that, you can protect yourself. Okay. This
Everyone
is
I know
huge
has
one.
10K on it at least. 10K as a credit limit, or they spend up to 10K? Because I'd say you might need an intervention for your friends if they're if they're at the limit of 10K.
The interest rate is lower, but it's still a death 14.29%.
10K limit. Yeah, that makes more sense.
Is this medical?
What is this?
No, this wouldn't be.
This is entirely.
Is this a car?
This is my name only.
What is it?
RV?
This,
what?
if I'm not mistaken, is the RV. Is it not?
RV? What the f do you have an RV for?
I have an RV in name only. It is my mother's permanent residence.
Oh,
God.
She takes care of the payment.
Yeah, but what happens if she doesn't? It's on you.
The only way she doesn't is if she kicks the bucket.
Yes, which.
I just want to jump through the screen and shake Caleb's guest like the airplane lady and say, just pay your bills on time. Yeah. I don't ask about how much they owe. Some have told me, though. Yeah, no, I generally don't ask that. They build for etiquette.
Finances are mine.
Which I don't root for, but obviously it's something that happens.
No, and we've discussed the moment.
And also, what if she loses all her money somehow?
Then, if something like that were to happen, then I've got a whole lot of other issues under my belt.
What?
I'm her person. I'm her only person.
Oh, okay.
So.
Your dad's not in the picture.
Not when it comes to my mom.
Yeah, sure. And you're the only kid? Her only kid?
Interesting.
Though she hasn't made the sacrifices throughout life necessary to be able to be independent.
Mind you, I really want to ask though. Oh, you have no idea. Yeah, I'm totally in the same boat. I'm nosy.
She definitely has. It's so, like I said, this is in.
You mean if things go to she would have to rely on you?
This is only because she makes her.
Does she have enough to retire? How old is she?
She just turned 66.
Okay. And what's her retirement situation?
She is 100%, or no, not 100%. She's a disabled veteran, so she's currently living off of her disability, Social Security, VA, disability.
Okay.
That's
interesting.
Yeah. All that added together could be pretty chunky, depending. Is she 100% disabled?
Very close, if not 100. I know she was fighting for 100.
Why is she living in an RV?
Choice.
Okay.
Interesting.
No, last I checked, when she was doing her rundown of all that she made, she was bringing in.
I'm starting to get a little bit more suspicious every time. Every time there's a veteran on, almost every time there's a veteran on here, they always say that they're disabled, and I don't know. In this case, it might be true for her mom. I don't know.
More a month than I am.
Yeah,
so,
and that.
That's a different bot than usual. That's interesting.
Yeah, I mean, you stack all those up, absolutely. Okay, so what makes me nervous is I'm glad she's paying for it because it's disgusting, but
that card, the Walmart card one, or the Walmart Capital One card, that's discontinued, and the 5% Target card are the cards everyone has. Yeah. Now I have one of the Target cards. Well, my parents do. I don't know if I have them, actually. F social norms. I'm gonna ask a woman her age, a man his salary, and the IRA has to fuck off. That's fair.
If something happens, $70,000 on your plate at 14.29% interest. That's an insane number.
Why? Why for the RV? Holy shit. I wish I was like structural superior, just being a bot and having nothing else to give to society. Oh God.
Insane number for your financial situation, especially. Can we do anything for her to borrow this money or refinance the loan and get you off?
So
like, why
I
have
don't
the
know,
risk
but
there?
the
What's her credit score? Do you know? What's her debt situation?
Bots are great at fraud too, cats. True. They especially against the boomers. I think the boomers fall for the bots sometimes. Living in a van down by the river. Chris Farley from SNL. Yeah. Yeah.
Do you know?
I think this is her biggest debt. As far as anything in her name, I think she has a couple of credit cards that aren't, massive, but
Yes.
I think the biggest reason for
It's $833 a month.
Holy cow, why?
Oh my! That's insanity. That is
Why?
slit every wrist ever known to man. That's a crazy number. Sorry, continue, but that's crazy.
I mean, that's her rent, basically.
On a depreciating asset, though, this is going down in
It's
value.
gonna break
I
at
mean,
some
it's better
point.
than an apartment.
Depending, apartments, they'll take care of broken things.
And her insurance takes care of the broken things on the RV.
Every little broken thing.
Pretty much so far.
Okay, so far.
I feel like this. Why do I not like this chick? Is this because she's like argumentative and defensive? I don't know. I don't know if I'm being fair to her, but still. They're even better if you know exactly who sent them. Oh gosh. Make it a power move, but almost impossible to illegally tie it to you. Yeah.
And guess what? Rent is usually at a 14% interest rate.
True. But I think the biggest...
Or kicked off to your daughter if something happens.
Debatable.
Not. That depends if you're on the rent.
But
on the lease.
Right now, the biggest, as far as I'm aware from what she told me, the biggest reason for having my name on there was because if anything happened to her, it would be non-contestable that I am then able to take charge and do whatever I need to do.
With the RV?
Mm-hmm.
Is something where she got like very disabled, like super...
Or, like if she died.
Oh,
that way...
why the do you guys care about the RV?
Some tweaker can't roll your apartment away too. Yeah, the RV situation, not the most stable.
If she dies, just let it go.
Well, that's the thing is...
With this kind of debt, why would you want it?
Well, no, I would let it go, but that way I have... Because I have no intentions of, if something were to happen to her, I have no intentions of keeping the RV.
Well, but your version of letting it go, since it's under your name, it's going to be, you're going to be responsible for it. You're letting it go is having to get rid of it used, and it's likely underwater.
Yeah.
Meaning that you're still going to have to come up with an additional like 10, 20,000.
I don't think I follow.
Because you're co-signed, if something were to happen, she dies, and it gets put on you, you're essentially, since you're on it, you're forced to pay it, or else it gets repoed and then you're owed the rest, or it just, or it completely obliterates your credit because you just don't pay anything ever. And then the third option, the get rid of it option, this is likely worth less than the loan because she's putting miles on it, she's putting maintenance on it, and it's a depreciating asset. So you're likely going to have to come up with an extra $10,000 to $20,000 to pay off the loan after you sell it anyway.
Yeah.
So this isn't benefiting you in any way. It may have been.
Cow tipping is so last week. I'm going to do some RV rolling. Oof.
Benefited her qualifying for the loan. But in terms of what you're talking about of being able to control the situation, like I wouldn't want any part of it. Now, if you're in her will and there's like trust set up and there'd be a lot of different complications where like you not necessarily responsible for it, but could have the ability to take charge of it if you wanted to. You know, there's a lot of different legal complications depending on how everything's set up. But
we got 3 hydraulic checks. Oh God. Don't go be menaces, guys. Chill.
You've put yourself in the worst situation possible, and I really don't get why you would want to.
I think the initial factor was because if I'm not mistaken, this was prior to her VA disability claims getting worked out.
Whoa. When did she serve?
The 80s.
Now, legitimately, guys,
what?
I believe that
this is strange.
Wow, so she didn't file until 4 decades later?
She was working. She was doing fine. And then
And why does she need a file?
You can still have some VA disability and work, though, right?
I have no idea.
Maybe not the full. I'm not 100%.
It wasn't something that she was willing to fight for, because when she got out, she got out under not so fun circumstances. And
what happened?
Sure.
And she decided she was just gonna, move on, continue trying to live her life, and lived her life.
Oh my god, I don't need hydraulics. I can do it with pure strength after a bong grip like Popeye and it with his spinach. Oh god, I don't think it gives you superhuman strength.
For,
It used to be much harder to get VA benefits in her defense. Okay.
40, 50 years.
No, I got it. That's fine.
And then,
but either way, why did you co-sign for this? Was it just that?
I think it was because she didn't have the income.
So she asked you to. I would never ask a kid to co-sign for something. This is so risky for you.
Yeah.
And why can't she just get an apartment?
She had an apartment, and her rent was outrageous.
Well, it's just like you. Find better rent.
I was gonna say, are you that's like throwing stones in a glass house. You have outrageous rent. What are you talking about? Oof. My best friend's dad lost a leg as a Marine sniper and got 50% disability until recently. Only 50%? Wow. It
exists.
And it was always her dream to get an RV and to travel.
Was it her dream to put it on the shoulders of her kid?
No.
Okay, then maybe we don't get to live our dream if we're doing that then. I don't think we sacrifice our only kid for the dream.
Yeah.
But it's you in front of me, not her. Okay. So you don't pay this?
No, I don't pay it. It's just on my credit.
Okay, Wells Fargo. Man, I see another massive balance.
So this was the first credit card.
Oh, okay.
That's Wells Fargo.
A balance of $5,964.63. The minimum monthly payment of
50, I think. 75 maybe.
There used to be protests after World War I because they wanted their war pensions immediately that were supposed to be paid out in 1945, a time when the U.S. government would, of course, have much more money. Yeah? Yeah, because he didn't have the right paperwork? I hate bureaucracy. I hate bureaucracy with a burning passion.
149.
Oh.
Dramatically different than what you thought, especially in your financial situation. Your two minimum. Well, if that 800 one hit, I don't know, you wouldn't be able to survive simply.
No.
But even still, that 203, which is why it's risky to be under your name. I can't believe you allowed that, but whatever. 200, or that she wanted that. $203 for your first card, and then $149 for the second card. Stacking that with your situation still is insane. Okay, let's see what happened here. Oh, you made a huge payment, $700.
Well, I gave my life to this country. Looks the Marine up and down. Looks like you only gave 50%, buddy. Oof. And you still got that guy from Kansas City getting 100% while still working as commissioned security officer? Yeah, the creepy incel man. Creepy incel man. He's made that joke? Oh my gosh. But yeah, creepy incel man got the 100% disability, and that kind of pisses me off.
Oh, it didn't matter. You purchased $1,759.
You paid more or you put more on it than you paid off? Why?
For sake, what are we doing? What's the point? You made it worse. It's accruing $88.40.
I'm sad the doctor saved so much of my leg, honey. I hear the pension act pays by the pound now. Oof. What South American country had the new president come in and got like 60% of the government positions? We should take a page from his book. Imagine a South American country actually making a good decision. Because I generally just associate them with coups and craziness. But that could be based. I don't know.
49 cents in interest on that last balance, and now the balance is $1,000 more. Oh, but good, guys, it's worth it. Thank goodness you have a rewards balance of $5.17.
Oh. Winning the credit card game with that $5.
What are we doing? Why are we purchasing on 2 cards? 2 cards that we've looked at, we've made worse. Yeah. What is the point?
My system, because I don't...
System?
You have a system?
I don't know a better way. So what... I don't.
Better way than what?
So what I do... with the exception of rent, because I don't want to get paid the extra fees for putting rent on a credit card.
Yeah.
So when rent comes, when it's time for rent, it's whatever paycheck is right before rent. I go in, pay rent, make sure rent's taken care of.
$5.17 in rewards. Let's go. Yeah.
Because
it's interesting the way you look at fees. Because you're putting your other expenses on the cards, right? That's what I'm walking away from.
So
you're not getting the upfront fees for them, but you're getting the
interest fees.
You're getting a 19.4% fee on here, which is way more than any kind of rent fee you would have gotten anyway. So the way you're looking at it, it's still incorrect. You don't want that upfront fee. Sorry, go ahead.
But so I pay rent, make sure rent's taken care of, make sure that there's money in my debit account for any type of subscriptions or auto pays that are set up on my debit account. And then I take a look at...
What did you spend on that, Buc-ee's, on the way here?
$25 in gas.
And gas, okay.
Sorry. Less than $2 on my drink.
Okay, can't afford it.
Okay.
I had to pee.
You had to pee?
Yes. So
just go in. Buc-ee's has like the best bathrooms. I don't think they care. There's so many people there. You can just run in. Oh God. Okay, I'll read this because I have no respect for myself. I could buy a packet of Trojans from a gas station in Idaho and get more rewards than that. Oof.
To go in.
So go pee.
Right now, I'm pretty sure the price of large fountain drink from gas station is equal to that of cans of soda that I could have brought from home, as far as cost.
Oh, you know what? That's interesting. It's interesting.
Boy.
Don't drink soda!
Yeah, God, yeah, that's fair. Don't drink soda. We just saw yesterday. We were watching some stuff on the coke addiction in Mexico and and their diabetes issue. Maybe don't drink soda. That's fair. Buc-ee's gives no Fs. Yeah, no, it's busy. Just go in and piss. They don't give a shit.
Bottles of water for like $5, a massive pack, and do that. Congratulations, 48%.
I love
Go
Caleb.
rent. You're putting more money on your credit cards, and you're doing everything outside of your rent on credit cards, as you were trying to explain. I don't think we're getting fountain drinks. I don't think we're getting cans. I don't think we're getting any of that.
Because your math is right. Yeah.
I'm sorry. I want you to have what you want, but we don't live in dream world. I would rather you have an emergency fund and ability to retire so you don't rely on your kid like your mom relies on you.
Oof.
I want you to have the dream life. I want you to be able to retire. I want you to have an amazing life, fully funded emergency fund to take care of expenses if something medical happens again.
I was surprised how bad soda tasted after just 10 days without it. Yeah, that's fair. Same after 7+ years. It wasn't until I met my dude that I started drinking soda. And as much as I love him, I kind of don't like that he got me to start drinking soda. Tried to go cold turkey cutting out caffeine, and I had horrible headaches within 48 hours. Oh yeah, my dude drinks like a lot of the caffeinated stuff, and he gets caffeine headaches because of he uses a lot of caffeine.
I want you to have that life. We don't have that life without if we're just getting everything we want at any time. Go on.
So I pay rent, and then I look at what I have left, and I see what can I put towards credit cards, and then I try to...
That's why I don't drink coffee? Yeah. Countess, I had to drink green tea because of that? Yeah, it seems like there's less side effects with the tea, from what I remember. Because I think he was doing tea for a little bit.
Put as much as humanly possible on credit cards, but then unfortunately that leaves a minimum in my debit account.
I know it was, yeah.
And then I end up putting all my spending on the same credit cards.
How much was that?
Less than $2.
Yeah, I try to drink more tea. Yeah.
God, if I know.
Let me see.
What we got?
Okay, it's definitely not 2 liters. It's probably a liter. You can get 2 liters. at the grocery store at HEB for $1.52. The off-brand HEB version.
Yeah, stick with tea. I haven't had any side effects from gamer subs yet, but then again, I only drink one serving, so, and that's usually enough for me.
There you go. I just saved you half.
I was also a cranky little bee without caffeine, according to reports. Oh my god.
Half your money every single time. Continue. Was there any more continuing? Maybe not.
I don't think so.
Okay, well, let's see what you did here, because this is an insane amount of spending. Okay, there's 1,000 medical cities through here. We now know they are. They're parking. Justified. I totally support that.
Okay.
Obviously, we both wish there was a way for that to be... I keep forgetting the term, but reimbursed or waived.
Voucher.
But eBay, we're spending $22.35.
What are you getting
McDonald's, on eBay? Another $23.75 there. Oh, sorry, no, $33.12.
I met someone from Japan once. She made me tea and I took a sip and had to suffer and smile through the worst third-degree burns of my entire life. Oof. My grandma, because I think it might have been because she had diabetes, she couldn't feel things that great towards the end of her life. So she had scorching hot coffee every time that she had coffee.
Taco Bueno, Netflix, McDonald's, Taco Bueno, Craftsman, $127. What was that?
Is that tools? Are we doing tool spending again? It's been a hot minute since we've had to talk about tool spending. And the tool truck.
Does he have access to your card?
No.
What are you getting at Craftsman? It's not like the boat Craftsman.
No.
$127.74. First of all, that's one of the most. That's the second most expensive thing on this card. Third most. How do you know what it is? Fourth most. $127. You basically need to budget every single penny in order to barely make it, and you don't know where the $127 went in one charge. Okay.
Oh, God.
Amazon, you spent $28. Puff Paradise. What's that?
What is that?
Please tell me it's cream puffs.
Vape. Not for me.
Vape. Yes. Smoke shopper alcohol spending. Yes. Unfortunately, I don't think she has a student loan for a degree she doesn't use, because I think she talked about that. So that's unfortunate. I guess it's fortunate for her, but it's unfortunate for us.
For him? So the one that's dying with something...
I don't like the guy either. Really? He's a vapor too? You're 42! You're 42! My boyfriend gives me a weird look because I will make tea in my kettle and put an ice cube in the teapot to make my tea to the right temperature. Yeah, no, that's what my dude does too. Some kind of power tool, probably. That's what I'm assuming with the Craftsman.
Right here is inhaling. Probably not the best habit.
No.
In his current situation.
It's not.
And you purchase it for him?
Why?
Okay. Man, it's hard. It's hard. Gosh.
Okay, she's crying.
McDonald's, Amazon. Dumb bats.
What?
Stickers. Art stickers.
Why?
We're not surviving. You're putting $1,000 more on this than you paid. And we're getting
Don't burn
stickers
yourself.
and
Put it in the ice
McDonald's
cube. Do it.
and eBay purchases and tacos?
I will say
Will you?
Food hurts my soul a little bit because, and I know
Hurts your calories too.
Yes, it does. But that was all while he was in the hospital, because I was commuting back and forth between work and home with dogs and hospital, and
Listen,
I was doing my best.
I get it. It's
from
a hard
home.
situation. I know.
I tried cold brewing tea, but F all that time in work. Oof.
So that's it. It hurts my heart to have to, because
So he was in for a month.
Mm-hmm.
And we're waiting on
the guy was 30 when vapes came out. How the hell is your personality so addictive that you get addicted to it at that age? Just keep smoking so you don't make more gestures.
diagnosed for the lump, the ball, or whatever.
So the mass, they took multiple.
Oh, I guess yeah. Ah, no. Oh God, wrong button.
So what is
wrong
ClickUp?
button.
ClickUp is an all-in-one productivity software where you can manage everything and
My now boyfriend.
No.
Does he have access to your card?
Week could hurts my soul a little bit because, And I know
Okay, there we go. I think I found it. Pressed the wrong button. And if he was going from regular smoking to vapes, I guess that in theory could be better, but I don't think we know enough about vapes to be 100% sure on that. I just put one of the cold brew tea bags in my tumbler and head out the door. Just keep refilling the water. Yeah.
Hurts your calories too.
Yes, it does. But that was all while he was in the hospital because I was commuting.
Achievement unlocked, stream fail. I do that all the time. I fail all the time. I am a failure of life.
Back and forth between work and home with dogs and hospital, and
Listen,
I was doing my best.
I get it. It's a hard situation. I know.
So that's it. It hurts my heart to have to because I.
So he was in for a month, and we're waiting on diagnosis for the lump, the ball or whatever.
So the mass, they took multiple biopsies. So, all the biopsies came out negative, but it caused a buildup of fluid around his heart. So they had to go in and put in.
Was it like a cyst?
Failing is how we learn. Assuming that you actually learn from your failures. That's assuming that you actually learn from your failures. But yes, in general, failing is how we learn.
No, it was all of the doctors are convinced it's cancer, but there's no biopsy medical testing proof.
Did he know he had this before he moved down? So it wasn't protruding.
No.
It was internal? Well, send him to the hospital.
Oh, boy. Because so he had this cough that at first we thought it was lingering pneumonia or flu or something like that. He had this cough, and what finally sent him to the ER where they finally admitted him was he was coughing to the point where he was throwing up. He had 100-something fever.
Oh, man.
He was weak, couldn't.
Yeah. Oh, God.
So.
That sucks. I'm sorry. That's horrible. And I hope he's doing well, and I hope everything comes back.
Sketch. Yeah.
Negative, and it's gone.
They removed as much as they could.
Okay.
But it's attached to his abdominal aorta, which is the big part of the heart that pumps the blood down into the rest of the body.
Okay, so mostly we're just hoping it's non-cancerous. Okay. What does the future hold for your business? The real control of your totally okay. Thanks to NetSuite for sponsoring today's video. Let's get back into the episode. And how long has he been home?
July 22nd.
Okay, it's been a month. Yeah, totally okay with him not working during that. Totally okay with him not working after that. Again, it's still weird that it came down to not work. I know you guys agreed on it. That's still weird, but
and only 2
obviously
months
the situation
really
has changed
that
regardless. So
maybe 3 if it takes him a month to find a job.
You're in a good position. But again, the situation
even then probably should have given him a job before he came down.
It's a whole new world.
And he's aware that when the opportunity comes for him to get a job,
modern doctors can rip your chest open, cut out your heart, mess with it, put it back, and sew everything up, and you won't die. Why are so many people still clinging to spirit healing and herbs for the natural trend? I have no idea.
That is expected. Apparently, I've brought it up more than I realized I brought it up, but...
Really?
Yeah.
What's his recovery timeline?
We don't know.
Doctor didn't have a timeline?
No, we didn't even get sent home with any kind of recovery instructions.
What?
How did you guys pay?
Just walked away. Everything.
What is going on?
How much is owed right now? To him, not to you, though.
I have no earthly idea.
But it's not to you at all.
No.
Nothing.
I have many questions.
Nothing to me.
You guys aren't connected.
No.
Okay. And you just don't know? And he's just going to let him?
I have chosen not to add it up because the number is going to hurt my heart.
Well, large medical bills will go to collections.
I have a tidbit about that later.
Oh, fun.
Oh, God. Are there collections?
Care credit. Let's talk about that first. This is interesting because you paid it off, but you must have paid it off late because you had a late fee.
Ooh, late fee. Yes. We just needed to not know her numbers and S&P 500. I think she didn't know, like, her monthly payment for the credit card, right? I'm not sure about that. She might have. So we might just need S&P 500. I'm not sure.
Oh.
Did you not even know? This is wild because I would love to celebrate that you paid it off, but you fucking had a late fee. Now you have a new balance of $30 because you didn't pay it off in time.
Oof.
You did the right thing. late.
So I'm just now realizing that that's what that $30 is a late fee, because
how'd you not know?
I am anal retentive.
Herbs for symptom treatment for colds can be more effective than some meds, but go to a doctor for things like surgery and cancer. Yeah?
About paying my bills on time. Growing up, my parents worked really, really, really hard. And unfortunately, that wasn't always enough. And that led to a lot of accounts getting past due. And so growing up, I would get home from school and the internet wouldn't be working. And I'd do all the little, turn it off, turn it back on again.
I'm going to do the never learned about finances because of like the bad financial modeling from the parents.
And do whatever you can to get the internet to work. And it would end up in me texting my mom and being like, hey, did you pay the Wi-Fi bill? And she hadn't at the time had enough to cover it. So I'd go on, pay it so I could get online and do my homework. Yeah. And that stayed with me. So I'm paranoid about making sure my bills are paid on time.
But it didn't work?
Okay.
Because you're late?
I mean, again, but you missed it. So
I have no
I'm sorry.
idea.
But...
No, I know.
Okay.
I want to say...
Also, you're over...
Fire cider can knock a seasonal cold out of the park. Honestly, like sometimes I think that honey works better than some of the throat stuff that I use. So it depends on what you're talking about. Yeah, exactly, Rose. The more specialized the illness, the more you need to consider a doctor. Yeah. Otherwise, I can see remedies being pretty effective.
Well, you didn't answer. How much do you think you spent last month?
Total?
Yeah. This includes on debt.
So I would say total spending.
Reminder, 2,559 came in.
Probably 26.
Okay. Yeah, 4,526. So whatever learning lesson you thought you had from your parents, I don't know if you learned it.
Wait, how much was coming in?
This month.
Total?
Yeah. This includes on debt.
So I would say total spending.
Reminder, 2,559 came in.
Probably 26.
Okay. Yeah, 4,500.
Okay, double what she thought. Yes, bingo, because she spends more than she makes. Yes, bingo. Bingo victory. Common cold, take care of yourself. Arrow in the knee, emergency room. Yes.
26. So whatever learning lesson you thought you had from your parents, I don't know if you learned it. You're spending almost double. You're putting yourself in that situation.
Also, I'm going to add that to don't know their numbers. Spoon, you mean no more adventures? Because of the arrow to the knee.
You're self-fulfilling prophecy back right into where they were.
I don't think I had any idea how bad it was.
You need to go through our budgeting program. Please go through our budgeting program. We give it to you for free. Go through the class, go through the quiz, use the meal plan, go through that. Go through the investing class as well. Learn your investing profiles. Take advantage of the free $100 that comes with it. You guys can get them, by the way, right now. They're 15% off when bundled together. Check it out. But please go through that. Yeah, I need you to be able to budget. The fact that you thought you may have spent a little over, but it was actually double almost, that terrifies me. Speaking of things we can give you, I can give you
As the years went on, we did notice when it was overweight. So when we looked at the farmer's dog, it had
if he wants like a
Cats, if you get a healer with a high skill, you might be able to adventure again, Cats. Oh my gosh.
Course career certification to get back into the job market. I'm happy to give that to him. So, just feel free to talk about that. But yeah, again, we were late on here. Boy, your score's 655. We don't know our mom's credit score because I really
655 credit score. Okay. Not the worst, but not good.
Want you to get off of that loan.
Fairly certain it's about the same. From last time we chit-chatted, I want to say it's pretty close.
Yeah, it'd be complicated with something like an RV. I wonder what she'd be able to qualify for. Okay. Is that all your debt? Well, you said there was something medical related.
I just got in the mail a lovely little collections notice for medical debt for myself from my old doctor's office. I wanted to take a picture of it. How much? Like 200 and something.
So it might be internal collections. May not have been sold off. What is it? You have that medical debt has to be some multi of hundreds to be on credit report.
Give me your strongest potion, merchant.
Oof. Now. I don't remember the exact number off the top of my head. I apologize. We can look it up
That's
afterwards.
Okay. That makes me feel better though.
It might be 200. I don't know. But so you owe 200.
It's 200 something, like 240 maybe.
Why did you not pay this?
Because at the time I couldn't.
We could get on a payment plan though. Even something like $20 a month you may have been able to do. Sure, that would stretch it out longer than we'd hope, but you could have done something.
Yeah.
It seems like you and him both, kind of have a mindset when it comes to him getting health insurance, getting a job. When it comes to you taking care of a dad like this, you see it and you think there's no immediate solution, so you give up. We don't look, and there's so much creativity out there in terms of what we can do. Sometimes all it takes is literally just asking. But it seems like we just don't do that.
Yeah.
Which is, I need you to get out of whatever that mindset is. I need us to move beyond that and be willing to ask questions, ask help, be able to be willing to Google things for the rest of our life.
Google is your friend for sure. Well, not the company, but like Googling things, looking things up. I can't afford 240, but I need to pay Xbox Live. Yeah. For the bum boyfriend.
I don't know, 7 years into adulthood, and we receive a bill and we're like, oh, we just can't pay it. And that's it? You're not going to end up somewhere good in the end if that is where our mind is.
Yeah. I can't disagree with you on that.
Please don't.
And I'm hoping that at least with the collections notice, that maybe there's still a possibility to pay it out.
Okay, so that's it then. That's all your debts?
He's not a bum. He's just displaying bum-like behaviors. Yeah, I guess that's fair. We don't know yet, but he's probably a bum.
As far as I'm aware.
Oh boy. Well, I hope nothing shows up.
No.
$600 in the checking account, $680, up from the $470 that we started with.
What happened?
You can't afford to live, and you're giving someone money on Patreon.
Who?
In what world?
Who?
We have a membership. They get everyone who subscribes, because you get the post show and a bunch of other shows and a lot of other things. It's really cool. It's really fun.
Who's Patreon?
If you can't afford to live, don't subscribe.
Who?
Who are you even supporting?
It's an audio creator.
Stop. Who? Support your finances. Okay. Raising Cane's, Amazon Music, Waffle House, Smoke and Vape, also for him?
Oof. Also, Waffle House is good.
Or do you participate in lung cancer as well?
No.
Okay. Amazon, Kindle, go to the library.
Yeah.
Trust me, I pay a lot of property taxes for it.
I do. I utilize the library as well.
Wonderful.
Then why do
Cancel
you
the
use
Kindle.
the Kindle?
Domino's, definitely can't be doing that. And Amazon Digital. I don't know. I mean, your video
like a movie?
ask quote that you sent in when you applied us. I try to stay and be incredibly frugal. In general, I'm not big on spending on things for myself. Every once in a while, I will get wild hair. I will get a wild hair and decide that, okay, I just need a little treat. Sweet treats, great. I deserve a little treat. Okay, I've been working my ass off. I'm going to get myself a little something. Listen, I vibe with that. I get that. I want you to. Again, you get that if you have an emergency fund, because you putting off any kind of financial independence, financial security, that lands you in a worse position in the end anyway. So no, you don't deserve a little sweet treat right now. First of all, you're not entitled to anything. Second of all, reward yourself with that, fitting it in a budget when you have an emergency fund and you don't have 30% interest debt. Like, why hold that over your head? Why make it harder for you later on? This doesn't make sense. Deserve it. You don't deserve to suffer either, but you're bringing it upon yourself by not sacrificing at all. And also frugal. I very much don't.
Oh my gosh, auto mod. It's not. Oh my God. I forgot how northern Caleb is, and then he stumbles on common southern, like wild picking the bum. I'm not bullying Automod. Yeah.
I don't think you know what the word frugal is.
I think the month that we're looking at is a very
are you going to say it's a special month?
One because of how much spending did go towards things that I usually don't spend on.
Yeah, but the parking was so cheap.
Not necessarily the parking, but the food.
Okay, you could have packed sandwiches. Listen, I'm giving you a little bit of I'm giving you a little bit of leniency because of the hospital thing, and I do get that. But even still, it was a lot of eating out, and you spent double what you made, and you put $1,000 more on that one credit card and a few $100 more on the other credit card. You're making your situation just worse. And hard times, they can lead to
Welcome to the club, Spoon. We are now bully brothers. Oof.
to wanting to cope, spend, and have easier moments. But again, that hard time is literally just making you have more hard times. It's not worth it. It's really not. Especially since those times have passed now. He's not in the hospital anymore. You're not doing that, but now you're paying the repercussions for it. Yeah. So you don't even get the joy of it anymore.
You're not wrong.
Well, of course not.
But
Copla.
I think it's
I didn't think that she'd give us one, but she did.
It's short-sightedness.
I mean, your spending categories go as followed. I mean, transportation was $623. $150 went to groceries. $191 went out to eat. Unknown spending, typically Amazon and Walmart and Target, that was $1,253.
What the hell?
One second, let me see.
The heck? Be gone, mobile ad.
Yes, CVS was 206 of that, but even still, there's $1,000 left over. That's Sam's. Walmart was 900. What the for 900 are you getting from Walmart? That can't just be groceries. If so, that's insane. You need a budget and meal prep. And what? $900 at Walmart? What?
The only thing I can think of is groceries.
Oh, you don't even know?
Well, I'm trying to think if there was anything
$900 of groceries
there.
plus an additional $150 at grocery stores.
That doesn't make sense.
And $102 at Walmart. Medical healthcare, $160. That makes sense. $181 went to savings. It's weird, but okay. 0.8% of your spending went to subscriptions. $292 went to miscellaneous.
A farming mobile app, so unique and revolutionary. It's really funny. When I was like, I don't know, like 10, 12, my dad was addicted to Farmville. Because my dad's got a very addictive personality. Right now he's doing Pokemon Go, so he can which is at least like mobile, and he'll walk around. He's already like an active dude, so it gives him something to do. But before it's Farmville, and it got so bad for like clicking in the middle of the night that he had to like have like a brace for it because his finger against his will would like flicker with like he was still like tapping the mouse trying to like gather the crops. It was bad. He'd also play my Webkins at the same time that he was playing Farmville. So that was fun. Everyone was addicted to Farmville in 2010. Yeah. Yeah. My poor dad.
So I know there's a dog food subscription in there somewhere.
Patreon, vaping, eBay, Craftsman, online art purchase, Microsoft Store, and Xbox. Okay. Yeah, you had a pet screening for $31 as well. Okay. Okay. So what is this? I'm sorry. So $600 in your savings?
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, it's something, I guess.
Albert Corporation?
That is a...
Oh, it's a savings account? Yeah. Autosave?
Yeah.
Also, Rat Dad slept. Rookie mistake. I mean, he was up till like 3 a.m. playing it, but still.
Yes.
So you're at 2,397. That's great.
It makes me feel
2,600.
You
have about 2,600.
Because in some ways I feel silly having that savings when I do have debt.
Yeah.
But like
I want you to have enough to either cover your highest deductible or to have a 1-month emergency fund. So we're going to determine what that is, and then the rest goes to debt. Is it accruing interest in there?
Yes. I don't know how much.
I mean, you're getting 35 cents, so really not much. I don't know. It's weird when there's a traditional higher savings account like SoFi where you get 4.6, or you could even put it in Moomoo where you get like over 8% right now of just leaving your money in there.
That's kind of weird.
The biggest factor for the Albert with me that was why I went there was that they do Moomoo. It's not a set amount of savings. They look at what you have in your account and withdraw based on that. So that way it's not like
okay. Well, if you
scheduled.
budget, you can manually withdraw. That's not a big issue. Plus, it's exciting to throw money towards savings. 18,000 in retirement.
Oh,
That's something.
No,
That's
at 25,
not
I'm actually quite
bad.
happy. It's a good start. It's a good foundation. There is a positive here at that. Okay.
I was waiting for us to get to that point because
Yeah.
You got that, chick. Good for
The
you.
Walmart.
Yeah, no, that is good
The
for 25.
$900. You need to know what happens there. I need you to sit down on a monthly basis again. Go through the budget program, but sit down on a monthly basis. Figure out where every cent was spent, and when you do this, it's going to take a long time. Your first time, it's going to take a long time. Your second time, but it gets quicker and quicker every time you do it on a monthly basis. But you need to look at where your money is going. The fact that we can't define, like the craftsman, we can't define
Yeah, that's
$900 to
concerning.
Walmart, and yet we're underwater dramatically by $2,000 a month. Yeah, it's okay. So your rent is how much again? After utilities and fees and all that.
the number in my head is 1, 2, 3, 4.
After utilities and fees and everything, 2, 3, 4. Okay.
Wait,
So
I thought
include
you said
internet,
14.
gas, electric, water.
Internet, not electric, gas,
Okay.
and
How much for electric then?
Jesus Christ, it's Texas in the summer, so like
My to-do list used to look like this. A jumbled mess, projects back to back, and I would waste so much time.
Stop.
Your place not very efficient.
no, my
How much?
somewhere between 1 and 2.
That's over 500K in 35 years if she doesn't touch it or add to it. Yeah. Compound growth is great.
$200.
$150. Renter's insurance? Do you have it?
Yes, I paid for it up front.
A year?
Yeah.
Okay. Gas, vroom, drive. How much on a monthly basis?
I probably fill up twice a week, so 8 times 30.
8 times 30.
Filling up twice a
Interesting.
week, about $30
Oh, you fill up twice a week.
I think so.
I
Wow.
heard that as once every 2 weeks. Sorry, $240. Wow. Okay. Car insurance?
Yes.
How much?
I think it's like $190.
Okay. Your
Why did
debt
they
minimum
put
payments is
$150?
$352. It'd be over $1,000 though if something happens to your mom. Obviously, hopefully not, of course, but there is the risk there that is realistic. $100 for TP fund. Anything else you need to survive? This is makeup. This is
Do we
whatever.
have
Gym.
food yet?
Included in the apartment, luckily.
Okay.
One of the
Nice.
few benefits.
Do you have medical ongoing payments, copays, things like that?
The only thing on a regular basis that comes to mind is going
So
to
we
be
need-
medications and required vitamins. That's what
How
a
much
lot of
a month?
those, let's call it 50.
You have pets?
Yes.
Yeah.
insurance?
So she has pets
No,
and
because I did, and
groceries
it
to
did
go.
not benefit me a single bit.
How?
Every time I tried to file a claim on it, they told me, nope, doesn't count.
Who'd you have then?
That's weird.
SPCA?
Okay, I don't know about them, but my pet health insurance has literally saved me $7,000.
No, I would love to have had it work because I paid for it for
Jeez.
over a year and it didn't
Wow.
do anything for
Well, I
me.
would look
That
at True
sucks.
Consumer. Well, that's it sounded like I was giving a brand. True Consumer Reviews. No, that's not a brand, but like actual consumer reviews
And
to
I
see
went with
if
that
it's.
one because that was the one that my company benefits was like, here, this is the one we support.
Oh, because the company one sucks. Of course it does. Of course. Sounds about right on the pet insurance if you get a crappy policy. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, no, I would just want to make sure they're, good. And luckily the one I have is. Okay. I gotta do groceries, but with you and your boyfriend, it's.
Yeah.
I want to give you free
Gotta
money.
pay for it too.
Get 100 profile. The resource. What all do you cover related to him?
I cover food. I don't consider rent because I would be paying the same in rent no matter what.
Yeah.
Food, phone.
What's your phone bill?
I think his is.
She's
set
gonna be
at-
over.
I think it's $25.
It's gonna
a
be
month.
over.
Okay, that's not bad.
No,
He's using something like helium.
we
or
both use Mint.
Mint. Okay.
But most people, even me, can't understand insurance policies. But you bribe someone that does with cheesecake. That's fair. That's fair.
Yours is 25 as well.
I think mine's 30 because I pay for more.
My person's my dad.
data.
Jeremy.
Okay, so
He
55
can figure
for
it out.
phone. Groceries, $500 meal prep. $500.
Yeah, no, she's over.
For both of you.
She's over.
If you're meal prepping, just a few meals a week, frozen up, refrigerated, meal prep, meal prep, meal prep. What else do you cover?
Like I said, and then probably the other big thing for him is non-essentials. So, give me a second.
Non-essentials getting taken out now. No more
Biggest
vaping
thing,
or
non-essentials,
Xbox.
His big habit is he does smoke cigarettes.
Cigarettes too?
Well, I don't know how to go about that. I can't put that in the budget. I'm not gonna put that in the budget. He smokes cigarettes and vapes, and he just had something in his lung.
The vape is very, 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 very little, and it's the T or the CBD8 or the T.
Okay.
Non-existence now instead of non-essentials. Yeah.
Okay. Sure. He should probably.
He's cut back. He's cut back. For someone who's had a habit for a very, very long time, he has cut back.
Boy.
You wanted it? Okay. Smoke in the house?
No.
Okay. I can't put that in the budget. What else do you have to take care of? Anything else?
Not that I can think of.
Subscriptions? How much for pet food on a monthly basis?
I think it's 60.
Listen, because that's also kind of enabling his addiction and bad behavior. So it's just like, I really can't put that in the budget. And quitting's so much easier said than done.
Yeah,
I know that's one of the hardest addictions to break. It's horrendous. I get it, but it's coming out of your budget, and this is obviously not good for him as well. It's just like, it's hard for me to put that in the budget. $2,931.
That's fair.
Okay, so we're under, because you have $2,559. So there's really no way for you to budget this.
Yeah. Oof.
A lot of that is because groceries are more expensive, and this is without
3-month wind down in the budget, maybe, if he were contributing. Yeah.
Putting in the cigarettes. And the big reason why we're over is because
you're paying for him.
Credit cards, they just keep going up,
and
it's probably because you're under, so they just keep going up
on the credit cards.
And of course, your rent is 48% of your income. When's your lease up?
December.
Okay, you're not living there anymore.
No, I'm not. I'm getting the heck out of there.
Okay.
Well, why? Okay. According to you,
cold turkey is not the best approach generally for long-term success. I mean, my other grandma did it. She gave it up for Lent, did cold turkey, and she just never went back. But I know that it doesn't necessarily work for everyone, but it worked for my grandma.
According to me, well, part of it is what I'm paying versus what I'm receiving is not working.
Okay, either way, get it in a relatively safe environment. Get a $1,100 place, $1,200 place. You can't afford this. It doesn't make any sense. You'll at least be close to breaking even around then in your current situation. How many hours a week do you really work? On average.
42.
Okay, the reality is, and this is it's completely up to you if you want to take care of this dude. Completely up to you. And if you do, the reality is you're going to have to work another 10, 15 hours.
Let you replace it with praying, though, which is what you need to develop replacements. Yeah. What you need to do, develop replacements. I mean, you can do it anytime. You can do that at any time. It's just Lent is a good excuse to do it.
Somewhere else. Or else you're just underwater. It's as easy as that.
Makes me glad that I don't have an addictive personality. Good for you.
I mean, you can always, even if we forfeit our credit card.
I'm Justine.
And I'm Adrian.
And we're the wife and husband team behind the Woobles.
Prior to starting the
Woobles, I was a user experience designer at a big tech company.
Okay, this is like a minute. So I'm not gonna do that. Is it like little crochet projects? I want to do that. That looks cute. What? But I sure as heck have a competitive personality. Well, that can help. Actually, being competitive can help you with some things, like making a good income and stuff like that. Only addicted to massive fraud schemes? Oof.
I'm going to collections, credit score, and all that stuff. Even do that. Getting rid of those minimum monthly payments doesn't get you to break even. You're still under.
You vaped for a while, but gave up because you got bored? Well, that's good that you didn't get addicted.
Water, so that's not even what's going to do it. The meal plan's a pretty aggressive meal thing. Do you have a car payment?
No.
You're lucky there. Your gas is expensive.
Interesting.
What do you have? What do you drive?
Kia Soul.
Okay, lots of miles.
Oh no, not another Kia. That might not go well.
You fill up twice a week.
think. Again, that's an estimate.
Okay. I mean, your phone bill's good. Of course, you're taking care of his. Sucks. It's your rent. Your rent is killing you.
Yeah.
And taking care. If you include
Yeah. Another one. Why do we keep on getting these too? Oh dear Lord, the Kia Soul driver. Yeah. Wait, are Kia Souls like associated with divorce now? Because wasn't that what the other chick had too? Am I misremembering my people?
Your rent, your debt, minimum monthly payments, and taking care of him. If you include that and you get rid of those, and have an affordable rent, you have a few $100 extra on a monthly basis to start throwing towards like a Roth IRA.
Nice, yeah.
You have to work a couple hours extra. You have to work an extra 10, 15 hours a month.
You have to. Best benefits? No taxes?
A week, sorry. A week. I wish it was a month.
When you take it out.
So you're getting a coffee job. You're getting night stocking of shelves. You're getting anything and everything.
And I've looked at it. I've looked into it. The hardest part is...
It wouldn't surprise me. Make bad car decisions, then make bad relationship decisions? Maybe.
Availability?
Yeah. No, you're going to have to get creative. But because the only other alternative is like literally, I mean, what's the alternative? Like you're just going further into debt because you literally cannot afford this, or you're gonna break your.
My cat is acting like such a dog right now. She's just letting me like rub her belly with my toes. She's being so sweet right now. She's been very chill lately.
Lease, or you're gonna get kicked out. Like honestly. Something that might be worth it is having an honest conversation with the leasing office and being like, I just simply cannot afford this rent anymore. What can I do to break my lease so you can get out of it early? Because the fact that you have to do this for another 4 months still is insane.
Yeah.
This rent is
too much. It'll help if the dude brings in literally anything. Like literally anything.
For you. If your rent's ever near 50% of your net, don't. You're supposed to be living off of 50% needs. You've already maxed out your needs with just your rent. I want you to have a nice place. You just can't afford this place. And math is math.
Live in your mom's RV with her. Do that.
And you're making your life worse and harder. How much are you contributing to your...
If you can get a new renter in, you might be able to break it. Maybe.
401k. Percentage-wise.
I'm not sure.
Okay, you might be contributing over your match to get to that balance already. So maybe. I would actually probably bring it down to whatever the match is because the match is 100% return on your investment. But honestly, even if you're not even breaking even with your rent, get rid of your minimum monthly payments, but your rent, even that, like a roof over your head's more important than a match. So, but to first start, drop it down to the match because I think you're contributing higher. We need more money in your pocket right now to just take care of our things.
That's fair.
Because you need to pay off the $5,964 credit card as soon as you can, and then $853 card. You need to pay those off immediately.
Yeah.
I have a query for you.
Please.
What is it? Part of me thinks that it's an insane, stupid idea, but at the same time, it's the only one that I can think of.
This should be interesting.
Would pulling from the 401k to get rid of the debt be an...
Don't. She also needs a roommate that's making monies aside from that zombie boyfriend. Yeah.
Option? Like, I don't know. That's where I'm at.
So, you're going to face an immediate 10% loss.
Okay.
That's a penalty, early withdrawal. Yeah. And then you've likely taken advantage of a lot of 2023 and then 2024 gains in there. You're going to get some long-term capital gains and even some short-term capital gains on those gains. So your tax,
my cat's being even more dog-like. She's licking my foot.
Hit could be like 20-25% total there, meaning you're getting kind of like a 20-25% interest on that money, which is similar to the credit card. So it actually might not make sense mathematically. And but let's say it did make sense mathematically. Let's say you took a loan against your 401k at like a low percentage, like 5.
Only pull from 401k if you're about to be homeless or to avoid bankruptcy. Yeah, no. In general, avoid it. Avoid it at all costs.
6%, and you paid off your debt with that. That doesn't solve the problem though, because you got in the debt due to behavior issues. You can't control your spending. You don't know how to manage having debt.
Yeah.
And you paying them off.
So we're getting ready today for the show, and as I often do, we'll take a little Paleo Valley bone broth, put it into some hot water.
Familiar?
Isn't going to be a mission success. You paying it off gives you the ability to spend more money on them. You paying these off by never spending on them again, cutting them up, sticking to a strict.
Even then, it's the last option, in my honest opinion. Yeah, no, avoid 401k loans. Definitely.
Budget builds the behavior that you don't credit cards again. If you just consolidate them through some kind of method or whatever, at this point, you're likely just going to build them up again. We've seen it time and time again on the show. So you just kind of double hurt yourself because then you've drained your retirement or took out a loan against it, and then you're going to have to pay off your cards again because you're going to build them all the way back up.
True. Yeah.
So I wouldn't do it.
Okay.
I wouldn't do it. I'd rather let them go to collections and just, hope that they don't sue you in like small claims or anything. But, I don't know. $8,000 is a decent amount of money. There's certainly a mathematical cutoff in terms of where they'll come after you legally, but they're entitled to. For a few $100, they certainly won't. For a few thousand, they certainly won't. Approaching 10,000, it's a chance.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I'm thinking I need to take my family's advice and finally
Did your family say?
Shake down my ex-husband for the rest of the money he owes me on the credit card.
Wait, he owes you money on the credit card? Why didn't you bring that up before? What?
So
what?
Again, like I said, when we got divorced, it was pretty amicable.
Was this in the agreement signed?
No.
Okay, then he probably doesn't owe you anything. But go ahead.
I did not get anything. Neither of us split anything legally, money-wise, as far as the divorce. I didn't.
If they sue you, they sue you. If you ain't got the money, then they aren't getting anything anyway. Yeah.
Receive anything from him. He didn't receive anything from me. But the agreement we made was that
verbal agreement.
Yes, and he has stuck to it.
Oh,
it's
only
just
verbal?
not been upfront. It's been, hey, can I get money towards the credit card debt?
Okay, how much?
Started out with like $8,000 because that was the balance on the credit card at the time that we got divorced. He was going to pay. That was the agreement, was that he was going to pay off the balance because it was.
Did he?
Why hasn't he?
If I know.
Call him. No, call him. I'll talk to him right now.
I don't think that's a sound idea.
Why?
First of all, I would hope to God he's at work because that was an issue.
That was an issue?
Part of
What was he
I don't want him
doing?
to know how bad I am at, like how bad of a situation I'm in, because he's just going to get
right?
When's the last time you've brought up him giving you the money?
last week, and he sent over $750.
Where'd it go?
Currently, it's sitting in my debit account, but it's going to go.
How frequent does that come in?
Anytime I ask,
How frequently do you ask?
Then ask.
at least once a month, if not twice,
Okay.
and it's somewhere between.
boy.
Ask more or ask for a bigger amount.
Yeah.
Sounds like he's giving money if you do it.
Yeah, it's just not.
Say what you need and say how much he owes left.
I haven't.
And just
written
get it.
down.
How much is owed left?
I think it's $2,000 or $3,000. I
Okay.
know.
Barely makes a dent because
I
you've
know.
just
Yeah.
been irresponsible with the card.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, obviously get it and throw it towards the card. But again, what that has proven is that doesn't change your behavior. You need to change your behavior first.
Yeah.
'Cause that's what's going to actually make a difference here.
She
Spending a
basically
budget, you
got
overspent
the
dramatically, 0 out of 10.
basically all the way up, if not higher.
Debt, you have collections. 0 out of 10. Emergency fund, not a great, nothing. It's not. Oh wait, no. Actually, if you
There's 600.
Okay, so you do have a month's worth in there, which is great. So I wouldn't throw any more to savings. The rest goes towards debt now.
Okay.
But you do have a month's worth. I'm gonna give you a 2 out of 10 there
Okay.
because it's like 2,500.
Then
Okay,
retirement's actually
retirement.
decent.
Pretty happy for your age. Pretty well, actually, for your income level, that actually makes me even happier. I'm gonna give it a
high one?
7 out of 10. Real estate 0 out of 10. It's going to be a Hammer financial score of 2 out of 10. Make sure to join us in the post show. We're going to bring in the producers. We're going to talk about some extra drama and stuff that we didn't have a chance to talk about in this episode that they know. And then also check out the resources linked in the description below as they are what I use or would use in specific situations, including the best budgeting and investing program ever created on the internet, which are now discounted at 15% bundled price off. Something like that. Join us for the post show.
Today on the Financial Audit Post Show.
You guys agreed together that he would be moving down without a job. You guys agreed to this. How was this proposed?
In his words, he would be house-based, stay-at-home person.
So he had no intention to get a job then?
Not initially.
When was your divorce? November.
In November, divorce.
And you started talking to this guy in December. And he moved down only a few months later.
What?
And there's red flag warnings everywhere.
Yes.
To watch the Financial Audit Post Show, click the join button.
It's even worse than I thought. I already wasn't a big fan of Zombie Boyfriend. Now I'm even less of a fan of Zombie Boyfriend. But the RV Caleb for real estate. Oh yeah, totally. Totally not a depreciating asset. Okay, let's see what we got over here. Newest super sus? Yeah, for sure. Top comments. What we got? Less than 10 minutes in, I broke up with my husband because he didn't have any direction and I wasn't happy. Next topic. I got together with a guy who has no intention of working and is 40 years old and doesn't know what he wants to do with his life. Girl, I'm seeing a pattern. Very true. Very true. Lol, extra sus, yes. Are you into old dead men because you see them at work every day? What an absolute roast. Yes. A collared shirt we're moving up on in the world. She has become his caretaker. A 25-year-old should not be providing and caring for a random 42-year-old child. And once he gets his disability, he won't give her 2 pennies. Girl, run, please. Probably. She basically adopted a fully grown 42-year-old man who has nothing going on. Jesus, yeah, basically. Next time on the Caleb Hammer Reactions, what will the content gotcha bring us? Who knows? Join us next time on Twitch. Same rat time. Same rat channel. If you did like this video, please like and subscribe and follow on Twitch if you're interested in seeing these live. I hope you have a good day and thank you for your time. Goodbye.